Flight Path, the podcast where we explore the journeys behind bold leadership, innovation, and lasting impact. Each episode, we sit down with leaders, innovators, and rule breakers who built their success by doing the work, learning the lessons, and sometimes ignoring the map altogether. Whether you're navigating leadership, healthcare, technology, entrepreneurship, or simply trying to figure out what's next without losing your mind, you're in the right place. Before we take flight, we'd like to thank our sponsor, eFax, helping businesses and professionals stay connected with secure, convenient document sharing. Fax online with eFax. Now fasten your seatbelts, adjust your altitude, and get ready for stories, insights, and conversations that just might change your course. Welcome aboard. This is Flight Path.
Good morning and hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Bluebird Summer Podcast. I have the distinct honor to be joined today by Heather Nelson. Heather, how's your summer going so far?
It's going great, Emily. I'm ready for it. It's time. It's time to be summer.
It is. And I know we're about midway through, I guess, how we would kind of call summer, not by the actual season, but we're kind of almost in July, which somehow we're almost halfway through the year, which is amazing. I know before we officially started, we talked about how, man, it's a little humid in a lot of places right now. Being in Georgia right now, it's kind of in the hundreds and humid, and our ACs are working hard, but man, I don't care. I love summer. I love the long light days, and
Yes,
it's so nice, which is amazing.
yes.
What about you? Travel this summer? What is your summer?
We have a lake house here in Michigan where I'm at right now for the next few weeks to work remote, and I take advantage of that. And it's my happy place. So I'm here, and I live and work obviously in Boston for Boston Children's Hospital, but I try to get back home here in Michigan where my husband is. He's retired, living his best life here on the lake. So it's always nice to come home and see everyone and just relax a little bit.
Definitely. Well, speaking about Boston, you're hosting some of the FIFA World Cup stuff. How has that been? Is the city just
Oh my gosh.
now?
Can I just tell you, the Scots were amazing.
Oh,
I'm sorry that they're out of the World Cup now. They lost 2 games. But it was the vibe in Boston just has been amazing. All of the cities and countries that are here are just lovely, and it's just awesome. I mean, Boston is already a melting pot, and it's just always has good vibes. I mean, it's tons of tourists every single day, but the World Cup has just brought just more energy, I think, to the city. And it's awesome walking around downtown and just being around and just feeling it. I mean, everyone is just excited and happy, and it's amazing. I can't explain it.
I think every social media video for a good week was the Scots and Bostonians together.
Oh, they literally
So
drank
fun.
Boston Dry. Like
Yeah.
within 2 days, they drank just about every bar dry. It's amazing. These people are just amazing.
I love it. I think Boston, I mean, I do want to do more travel in the States. So I know there's some that may surpass it one day potentially, but I think Boston is my favorite city. Anytime work travel or personal travel sends me there, I'll volunteer, send me to Boston. I'm happy to go. It's such a beautiful downtown. And
It
then
is.
seeing the energy when the Scots were there, I was like, I really wish I was there now.
Oh yeah.
So fun.
Well, all the Bostonians, we all want to go to Edinburgh. We all want to go to
Yeah.
Scotland. I mean, it's just, and so our mayor did reach out to Scotland, and we are now sister cities between Boston and Edinburgh. So it's official because they just made such an impact. So
yeah, it was just the perfect blend. It was so fun. I love that. Well, you kind of already answered this question, but what's your summer personality? Beach, mountain, lake, city? It sounds like you have a good lake.
Definitely lake. I'm a lake girl. I've got my lake hair, don't care. Growing up in Michigan, especially in Western Michigan, I grew up super close to Lake Michigan. So ever since, I can remember, going to the beach, going to Lake Michigan, was just a thing. Growing up in high school, you just pack a car full of people and hang out at the lake. boating, pontooning, like it's just our gig here and I just love it. It's just I'm a Pisces, so water, I have to be by water. So
I love that. I always say like I love lake activities and also a little peace of mind that most likely there's not a shark in there.
definitely no sharks.
No sharks.
Weeds, yes, but no sharks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Well, let's go down memory lane a little bit. With your career, what was your first job?
Well, being a Gen Xer, obviously babysitting, comes to mind, how they allowed a 12-year-old, with an infant and, three kids under five for, $3 an hour. But
Yeah.
my first like real job, I guess, would be at the local Pizza Hut. I was a waitress at the local Pizza
What?
Hut where they served beer in pitchers and, like all the things. And
Right.
but yeah, me and my friend Janine, we were Pizza Hut waitresses together.
I love that. I feel like I have so many good Pizza Hut memories growing up. After sporting games you go, it was when it was
Right.
obviously like the actual shape of the restaurant.
Right.
Got to do
Absolutely.
stuff. Like you could do summer reading club there and get
Yeah. You get
exchange
your
for pizza.
personal pan pizza.
Yes, yes. I love that. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully something like that exists one day when we have kids, because I feel like that was such
Right.
a fun memory. I love that. Now, what advice would you give either your younger self or other young individuals going into the healthcare and technology industry?
You know, I am so fascinated with administrative fellows, that whole program. Many hospitals, especially academic medical centers, have admin fellows who are, either just wrapping up their MBAs or their MHAs, and they want to get into healthcare administration, and they do a fellowship for a year. And most of them, we had them at U Chicago Medicine when I was there. And obviously, we have them here at Boston Children's. I wish when I was early in my career, like transitioning, into IT, working on my master's, my MHA, that I had applied for that just because you get so much insight into hospital operations and being a CIO or being in healthcare IT, understanding operations is so critical. And I wish I would have known about that because I think I would have done well in it. Um, and also, I always tell the fellows, please, at some point, a fellow is going to want to be in IT and not us. So I really would encourage folks to, if you are an admin fellow, like take a look at healthcare IT. I mean, the role of the CIO and the role of IT in health systems has definitely evolved,
Yeah.
and we're being seen more as a strategic partner, not just an order taker. So,
Yeah.
I would love to see, more folks working on their MBAs and MHAs to think about, the technology field and what a difference that makes.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's so important, and just kind of any sort of ability as a young individual to be surrounded by people who are in the roles that you're interested in. And kind of when you're going through your college years, there's
Mhm.
only so much exposure to certain roles that they even tell you about. Like you don't
Mhm.
realize how much is out there until you kind of start putting your toe in the water, and then you're like, wait, I could go into this avenue or I could go down this path. And it's like, the road just opens up and you have so much that you can
Mhm.
explore, which is really cool. So I do love that. And it kind of your to your point about the CIO role being kind of brought up as that more strategic thinker. One, a little overdue, but we're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah, yeah.
But that is good to hear. Like our
Um,
heads are better together when we're all in the room. We have a diverse set in the room, kind of all sharing
mhm,
and kind of working towards those problems. So
exactly.
it's good to hear. So, unfortunately, we know kind of in these roles that burnout does happen, and kind of some days are just a
Mhm.
lot and can be overwhelming. So, what are some of the ways that you try to handle and combat burnout and kind of that overwhelmed? How does Heather attempt to find peace in a day?
Well, if I'm not here at the lake, I'm a Peloton junkie.
Yeah.
I have a bike here, I have a bike in Boston, but more importantly, I love the app. I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
opportunities to do all different kinds of workouts, and I have like over 1,000, over like 1,100 day streak. I'm very proud of that on Peloton. So whether it's going for a run on the treadmill or doing a strength training class or doing a meditation or some yoga, I that's how I decompress. Especially I work out at night, so when I get home from work, I use that opportunity I don't have a long commute, so I don't get the opportunity to decompress in the car, but coming home and just taking an hour for myself to work out, feel better, get a little bit of those endorphins, is my way to decompress and be less stressed.
I love that. So I know within the Peloton community, I have some girlfriends that just absolutely love their bikes and love their program.
Mm.
Who is your favorite coach? Do you have a couple favorite or
I have a couple of favorites. I would say on the bike is probably Tunde, just because she is so hard, and I usually do her intervals and arms classes on the bike. I mean,
Okay.
it's so hard. And I think a couple other I love Adrian for strength training, and Rad Lopez and Jermaine Johnson from the UK. Like I love their strength classes. So I've been really intentional these last few years as a woman in her getting into her mid to late 50s. It's really important for us as women to do strength training. So I've been doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Love
I try them all. On the tread, I would say Marcel. I love some really hardcore rap music when I work out. So I
Okay.
like the playlist.
I love it. Oh, that's so fun. And I just love that you brought up movement in general. I had kind of a mentor give me advice once, like start with 5 minutes. If you're not even interested in working out, and after 5 minutes, when kind of your endorphins start pumping, if you don't want to keep going, then you did 5 minutes. But
Mhm.
I think 99% of the time, once I start, I'm like, okay, this is good. It's like
Yeah.
you got to get over sometimes the mental threshold of,
Yes.
man, but the couch looks comfy, or
Does. It does,
but
especially after a hard day at work. You just want
yeah,
to couch rot and doom
exactly.
scroll. Yep, I get it.
Exactly. Yeah, very good. All right, let's hit you with some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Coffee or tea?
Iced tea.
Oh, iced tea, sweet or
Mhm.
unsweet?
Oh, definitely unsweet.
Okay, good answer. I know I'm South, but good answer. Are you more of a sunrise or sunset gal?
Oof, sunset. We have a great view of the sunset every night here at the lake.
Oh, I bet on the lake. Oh, I bet that's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Mhm.
What is your favorite summer snack?
Ooh, summer snack. I would say kettle chips, like super crispy and hella good French onion dip.
Oh, so good. So good. I said
I'm a
watermelon.
savory gal.
I said watermelon, and now I'm like, wait a second.
No, I
That
just went
sounds
right for the chips and dip.
phenomenal. Great, that sounds amazing. What is the last thing that you binge watched?
Ooh, um, Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Oh,
First season, amazing cast.
yeah.
Love me anything Bravo TV.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Are you a window seat, aisle seat? I guess
Oh,
a middle is an option, but I don't think anyone would make
no, I'm definitely a window seat
me too. Me
because
too.
I don't get up during the flight, and I don't want to be bothered. So if you want to get up, you sit on the aisle. I will
Yeah.
stay comfortable on my window seat.
That's so funny. I am the exact same way. I don't love flying, and kind of my podcast before was with Janice. Her and I flew from an event back together, and she was the seat in front of me, and she was so kind to swap seats with who was next to me so she could hold my hand because I hate flying. I picked an interesting career to
Yeah, I would
not
say.
like flying, but it's worth
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's good. But yes, window seat. I love looking outside. What is one word to describe your leadership style?
Hmm. I would say consistent.
Good. I like that. I like that.
Important.
And what is your favorite vacation that you've ever taken?
Oof. I would say our trip to South Africa,
Mhm.
where we did safari for a week, which was amazing. And then we went to Cape Town for a week, and it was just the people there were just so lovely and gracious, and it was amazing. It was I want to go back so bad.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so nice. Was that a
Mhm.
recent trip?
No, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh,
So
fun. All right, a kind of bigger question, but what conversation or conversations do you think healthcare leaders need to be having right now?
we touched on it earlier, Emily, about the role of the CIO. I've seen a few more articles that have come out, like at Becker's, interviewing some CIOs about the CIO being seen as strategic,
Mhm.
versus the order taker, the implementer, the executor, and the rebranding that we need to do for ourselves in partnership with, whether we report to the CFO, the CEO, the COO, whomever, is how do you impress upon them as much, executive leaders to elevate the role of the CIO and have them at the table early. And we get pulled in a lot of directions. With AI, not only we are expected to keep the lights on and implement the work days and the epics and optimize up, all the things, but now we're also being asked to have a strategy for AI and manage that and the security that comes along with that. So
Right.
how do we, get our most senior leaders to understand that the CIO has something to say and
Yeah.
that we're more than just, bits and bytes and servers and, that kind of stuff. So I would hope that I hope and we're having it in our organization, which I truly appreciate that. Again, the role of the CIO is so much bigger than what it was even 3 to 5 years ago.
Yeah, it is. Kind of in the last couple years, I shifted from like the data management world to the cybersecurity world, which I thought
Hmm.
had a lot more overlap, but man, they're both a beast to tackle.
Both, yeah.
But even cybersecurity in a lot of organizations reports up to the CIO, if not
Mhm.
the CIO also at smaller organizations being the CISO.
Yes, yes.
To this day still baffles me because that is
It's they're
too
2 full-time jobs.
they are they in critical jobs. So
Mhm.
yes, I'm with you and I would love to continue to see that shift as well.
Yes.
So let's end with talking about Bluebird a little bit. So you've
Mhm.
been involved in kind of like faculty and supported a few events. I actually met
Mhm.
you at SOAR this last.
Yes, yes.
It was so incredible. Can you just talk a little bit about what Bluebirds meant to you and kind of as somebody who you're at the CIO role now, but kind of looking at the way that Bluebird is growing, kind of what
Mhm.
does that mean and kind of where do you see the future of it and the impact that this event is making?
Well, I think what Rebecca has done is she's curated a group of leaders, emerging leaders, thought leaders, just to come together in a safe place to talk about what's working, what's not working. The fact that there's so many male allies at the table, it's not a she woman men hater club. It's not what it's about, but it's really to empower your best self.
Mhm.
And it's just it fills my cup. And it allows me to learn from others. Yes, I'm always willing, when Rebecca asks, can you sit on a panel? I love it because it just feels like friends talking. I might have just met that person, that day of the panel, and we come away, as friends, as colleagues, and the mentoring the organic mentoring that is happening is just amazing. I get mentored, when I talk to you or I talk to others. It's awesome. I really am impressed, and I like that it feels intimate. even though there's a couple, like SOAR last year was awesome. I can't wait for, I can't wait for this year for September. It's going to be awesome. Um, but it feels intimate, even though there's lots of people there. And I just think it's just a good vibe.
It does, it does. I mean, there are hundreds, if not maybe thousands of healthcare and kind of leadership style events that we get pulled to left and right,
Mhm.
and each has their place, but there's
Yeah.
something about SOAR that you leave exhausted in the best way, where
Yeah, that's a good way to say.
your brain is just going and you have all these thoughts and you have so many LinkedIn connections coming in,
Yes.
and it just fuels. And I also think there's a beauty that, there's some topics that maybe just naturally wouldn't fit into some other events kind of in the
Yeah.
industry. I even think about like my husband and I are at a phase where we're thinking about kids, and I
Mhm.
would love to continue to talk to people about what is it like maybe being more of the financial provider, but also balancing kids, and what does all that look
Yeah.
like? And just sometimes that just wouldn't naturally fit into other events or kind of
Yeah.
groupings. But with Bluebird, the door's wide open in the best way possible. It's like if you have a
Exactly.
thought, and if not, let's connect you with the right people to have those conversations, and people who are like, well, I'm finally an empty nester. Let me tell you all about it, and that kind of
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's just so refreshing. It's really, really nice. So I love
It
that.
is.
I love
It
it.
is.
So we'll see you at SOAR in Austin this
Yes,
year. I'll
100%.
be there as
Yeah, I
well.
gotta think about my dress. Do I wear black or gold? So I gotta figure that out.
I know. I'm very, very excited. I also love how stylish people are at SOAR. It's fun to get
I
the
know.
best outfits, and
Yes.
yes, I need to think of it ahead of time, which is fun.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
well, excited to see you there. If you haven't signed up already, you'll at least meet both of us at SOAR in Austin. I encourage you to sign up. We actually have like 4 or 5 people coming from our organization this year. It just everyone was jealous we went last year and wanted to join, so I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
And Heather, thank you so much for joining
Thank
today.
you, Emily. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. I love your texts and um I can't wait to see you in person.
Yes, I'll see you in September. It'll be here before we know it, and we'll just try not to melt until then.
That's right. Have a great summer, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.